7 panelists. Everybody gets to pick one thing, and everybody has their one pick, and then we take all 7.
7?
Yeah, 7. We take all 7, and then we rank them in order. We have to come to a consensus on those things. Majority rules.
Good luck.
All right, so let's begin. Let's begin with the folks at home. Let's begin with David. David, what do you got?
Okay, so I actually took this from Alicia, who chose Tower of Terror, which I think is a pretty good choice. I would agree with that one. The thing about this attraction is you got to start off with the theming from the very beginning. You walk in, you have the uneven pavement, which throws you off. You have the whole lobby situation, which gives it a very eerie feeling. So you're starting to feel creepy as you walk in. Then the ride itself, you get the blackout in the pre-show, and then you get into the basement. Then the ride, the whole concept of dropping on an elevator is something that, I think scares people, even if they, even if they don't have that phobia. It's something that you kind of in the back of your mind think about once you are on an elevator. So there's that aspect of it. There's the real life implication of that happening. There's the speed. You're going almost 40 miles per hour down. Just everything kind of adds up to create what is for many people just a terrifying experience.
I don't think anyone's going to argue about Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Terror's in the name.
Yeah. Good
Terror.
point.
Yeah. Terror, I think, is also on the box of Glutenos. No?
No,
Is it
new
Terror?
look, same great taste.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
New look. What did they look like before? Were they just like
The bag is
a
the new
pile
look.
of gluten on the back?
No, gluten-free. It was
Oh.
It's just sugar. It's just piles of sugar.
Okay.
Shaped in cookie form. It's good.
You had me in piles of sugar.
Yes. Would you like one?
No thanks, trying to quit.
Did you try one?
Nope.
They taste like cardboard with cream.
That's why I'm not trying it.
They taste the same as Hydrox.
Okay, but still, what if I just don't like Hydrox?
No one likes Hydrox.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the company went out of business.
Michelle is so
haters.
upset.
Haters.
Blind
All right,
taste test.
we made gluten-free something for you before. What was it? The muffins, the piggy muffins, and they were
yeah.
disgusting.
Oh
bacon
yeah,
muffins?
Yes,
right?
there was a huge
What
difference.
is a piggy muffin?
with the bacon. They're made with
With the
bacon,
bacon,
typically. Yeah.
Oh.
The one from
Pigalicious.
Food and Wine. The
bacon
yeah, the
muffins.
Pigalicious cupcakes.
Piggy
So you
Delicious
have to have
cupcake.
the
Not
right
good.
mix.
Oh, come on.
Like if you make, I'll make.
She
the
is a
cookies.
mixologist on this
I
show.
will-
She is.
I will.
Do not argue with
I will
Michelle
bake
about
some
the
gluten-free
mix.
cookies, and you won't be able to tell.
So we have a segment. Rob. Rob, enough about gluten-free
Top 7
snacks.
worst
Yoda
gluten
changed hats,
foods.
by the way.
That's
Rob.
awesome. Rob
Oh,
also.
he's not real.
We noticed Yoda changed hats, but Rob changed glasses.
Rob's is not real.
Rob, what are you picking? Scariest attraction all time.
I like to make this like an episode of Highlights Magazine. Look around, find the
What's
things that are
strange?
different. Yeah, exactly.
I noticed
Well,
6 things.
It's a little game I play while you guys are eating cookies. So speaking of things with terror in the title, extraterrestrial alien encounter was the one that I picked because there was actually screaming in this attraction. There was actually yelling and blood dripping from the ceiling and kind of creepy pre-show with a guy who ended up being the exactly. He got yeah, and the guy in the pre-show ended up being a predator anyway, so that was another scary thing too soon. Okay, so there is a line. Good to know. Good to know. It was just a very, like when you talk about a scary ride, it had a PG, what was it, PG or PG-13 rating on the outside, and no other Disney attraction had ever had that before. And they, it was in the Magic Kingdom where, everybody brings their kids, and it was like, hey, don't go to this because it's too scary. So it's not a ride, and it's not around anymore. And I know, we've talked about it in the past, but to me, this one epitomizes like an actual scary attraction in the parks.
When I interviewed Jerry Rees, Imagineer worked on the attraction, and he said in the interview, he's like, if we built it at Hollywood Studios like we wanted to, it'd still be open.
Probably
He
true.
said, although now
Yeah, that's fair.
it's an IP related, so.
It would make sense.
But it would have
there.
made it
They
much
would have had
longer.
5 rides last year.
No, it would have been like Star Wars alien encounter. Some Star Wars creature, the Rancor comes out of a tube.
At least you would have seen something.
Oh
you
God,
know.
Jar Jar Binks. That's
At
real
least you would
scary.
have seen something you know. Is that what you said? Oh man,
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
that's a great Jar Jar Binks. You should take that on the road. Brought to you by Glutino Cookies. Michelle's
should get a
Jar Jar
sponsor.
Binks one-woman show. Misa love Glutino.
Misa do.
Why are we all doing this accent?
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh.
Have you seen?
Oh
He
no!
hasn't seen them.
That is
He has no idea.
amazing.
What? Hello? Give me a second.
Michelle, what'd you pick?
I picked a classic. I picked Snow White.
Scary Adventures.
It was so scary that they had to add scary.
Not just the Snow White meet and greet. You're talking about the ride in
The ride.
California.
What started as Snow White's Scary Adventure, then they tried to make it not scary by adding Snow White and dwarves, and that's when it became Snow White's Adventures.
It was so
And then
scary.
people were still scared, so they added the scary back.
It's a Back to the Future episode in 1 minute.
It's a flashback to the future.
Oh, I like that.
Used to be a segment on the show.
No, as a kid,
That's
I
it?
was like,
What?
I mean, I loved Snow White. You know, someday my prince will come. So that's what I was expecting. And then you
Yeah.
go on the ride, and you're like, why is it just? What's going on?
Well, you died in the original. She dropped a rock on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that when you're
Yeah.
like 6 years old.
Yeah.
It was kind of terrifying.
So in Tokyo, it's still the Florida original, so you die. She drops a rock on you. It's still the
And
old
then you-
one. It's
Then
amazing.
you come out.
Well, don't you die in Mr. Toad's anyway? Like right across
Well,
the
yeah,
walkway?
same thing. But that
Yeah.
was like the theme, dark rides. So like carnival
They're
rides,
supposed
that's
to
what
be
they
that way,
were.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were all scary in nature usually. Yeah. So Peter Pan was like the breakout of all that because Peter Pan was like fun and
They were like, how do we kill someone, Peter Pan? Never mind, we'll scrap
No,
it.
so that was like different from any dark ride that had ever been done. But Toad and Snow White were more like
playing with it.
traditional. Were more like traditional dark rides. But
Well,
go-
and that was more in the line too of the original stories. The Brothers Grimm, like all of their stuff is really creepy when you think about it. It was supposed to be a tale for kids, like watch out for creepy old ladies, and you know. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the moral of all the stories.
there are morals in these stories.
There's always a creepy old lady somewhere.
With the apple, hey.
Or the
Or drop, like you had to drop Hansel and Gretel.
Yes,
Or
gluten-free
gluten-
cookies.
Yeah.
for
You want some Hydrox? No, please, man.
Let's take Michelle in.
Anything but the Hydrox.
Hydrox, dearie?
Oh, I'm terrified.
Oh, run away and never return. Anything else you remember from the scary Snow White ride? No.
I remember her popping up, like
She didn't
almost,
like just pop up.
Well,
it
like,
wasn't like
'cause you're-
spring loaded.
But it's because
Like
of the
from
way
behind
that
a
you
grave.
would spin, like in the ride.
Yeah,
you
she spun
know,
around, yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah.
it was almost like the graves.
The special effects are cool in that ride. Like,
I liked the lighting and the effects as I got older and it was
What's
still around. I
special
liked it.
effects?
well, like I mean, it's kind of for its dated time. Like it, you know, especially I like the.
It's like wooden cutouts.
No, I'm talking about like no, I just went on a year ago, but I thought it was really cool. Unless
What
I'm
in Disneyland?
in Disneyland?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't been on it since it was
There's a
new.
little different, but
I was talking about the Evil Witch. Like she does some cool stuff on that ride.
that was added later. There's like projection.
I liked-
maps
I-
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
now, but I'm only talking about
Ours
recently.
didn't have
I liked
it.
the mirror part where you saw
Exactly,
you know,
that's
the pretty
cool
witch,
too.
and then all
What
of a
I call the
sudden you
butterfly
saw-
effect, thanks to
Yeah.
Figment.
So I don't want to get into like other attractions, but I will say Snow White was part of a very scary Fantasyland adventure for me as a kid.
Yeah.
There were definitely some other attractions in that area.
Pinocchio's still terrifying. Like I ran off that ride.
Pinocchio?
Pinocchio at
Pinocchio
Disneyland is
ride.
terrifying.
Why?
It is scary. I'll give
It
you that.
is terrifying.
What? Because they get turned into donkeys?
Like just that whole thing.
You
Like
seen the
I
movie?
left that ride and was like, maybe I should see a therapist. And that's the
I've never
only.
been on it.
It's
my
terrifying.
favorite Mr. Toad thing was my first trip to Disneyland. There was a group of nuns in front of us, and I'm just dying in line because you know where the ride ends. The ride ends in hell, and so all I'm thinking is this group of nuns is going to hell. That's all I can think about.
I wish that when you hit hell, like it wasn't there anymore. It was just like you went and you entered heaven. Like they would
They
literally have
changed it.
transformed the ride.
They came out. I saw them because it's not a very long ride. So even though I was in the queue with them, like behind the last of the group, we saw the first ones come out, and they were smiling and laughing as they came off. I got a kick out of it. That was funny.
cool.
But anyway,
That's fun.
yeah. Snow White, yeah. Yeah, no, that was
Good
people
pick.
never
It
liked
is.
that. It
The
was
word
very
scary is in the name.
They had to change it. Yeah, people finally were like, I don't get it. It's too scary.
It never had a long line because of
It does
that
now.
reason.
I feel like it
so
holds a
I always
decent
went
line
on it, even
because
though
the
it was
capacity's
scary.
low.
Well, the Disney one wanted less capacity. It's 2 row vehicles. Ours were 3. Yeah.
Never been to Disneyland. Still on
You
my
should
list.
go to
You
Disney.
gotta go. It's so good.
Maybe I'll go
And then
for
you
my
should go to
birthday.
Tokyo so you can see the original Snow
Oh,
White
here we
ride.
go.
There we go.
Here we go.
We almost
Because
made it through a whole
That's
show.
what's great about it is if you grew up at Walt Disney World, there are several things at Tokyo that are untouched Walt Disney World rides. You can go back in time and ride our Haunted Mansion, our Snow White, all of those things.
I totally
It's
get
like
it.
a Disney World time machine.
So you're saying Tokyo's better than here?
Oh, absolutely.
I know,
I
it's
didn't
the
say
same
that
story.
before.
Breaking.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
yes. They kept the good things.
Tom, you should host a WDW tour.
Everyone keeps trying to pressure me into this Japan tour. I don't know how I feel
We can
about
get
it.
group rates. We can have
I'll
never
go.
grow up vacations.
Everyone wants to make me work at my
Set it
happy
up.
place. Pete, why don't you go ahead? Change
All
the
right,
subject.
guys. Things are about to get terrifying. My pick is over in Dinoland at Animal Kingdom, Primeval Whirl.
It's not the one I
That's
thought you were going to
scary.
say.
No,
but
it is
it's
terrifying.
scary for a different reason.
Guys, I will tell you,
Well,
I'm gonna make my case here. One,
The background.
it is a ride made by a man named Gaston, who of course is an anti-hero. He is a villain himself. Reverchon Industries made it, and their CEO, before they went out of business, was Gaston, was his name. Truth.
What are you talking about?
It is true. Look it up. Look it up. It
How
was
many
made.
White Claws did you have?
It was made by Reverchon before they went bankrupt. The CEO's
that I
name
know.
was Gaston. Next, you know how many ride vehicles
Did
are
you
in
go like
Primeval Whirl?
001 spins like Gaston?
13 ride vehicles.
13.
You know how long the ride is? 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's 130, another 13. You know
That's
how long the
130.
ride is?
Like the track?
1,300 feet. Yes. I'm not kidding.
This is kind of amazing.
It is. And of course, when did it open? March 31st. You flip that 31st. Another 13.
I feel like this came out when the things were.
Guys, no one ever thought about this. These are the fun facts. There are some sad facts as well, and this is the reason why it's a terrifying ride. There were 2 cast member deaths on this ride as well, which
Separate
is unfortunate.
occasions, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about that because that's not fun. That's not a Pete Carney
And
style.
then now it's like closed because of mechanical
And now
problems of
they
some
keep
sort.
opening and
Yeah.
reopening it, and they don't even have all the parts. So if you want a scary, frightening,
right.
terrifying attraction, and I'm not wrong, and Tom will back me up,
Yeah, I'm with you.
this is
Yeah.
the scariest attraction that you could ride.
You talk about the somber note. I mean, I don't mean to bum everybody out, but Big Thunder at Disneyland, I don't ride in the front row.
Well, come on, grow
That's
set.
because you know something happened there. I don't want to sit there. I mean, that's disturbing. I think I try to not see anywhere near the front at Disneyland on Big Thunder.
All right, well, let's not bum
You
out the
just
audience.
talked about 2 people dying.
Let's go back to the fun stuff. 13 ride vehicles.
Wow.
1,300 feet.
if 13
March
is your lucky
31st.
Two people died.
Flipped.
13 ride vehicles.
I'm just saying, I'm making good
1,300
points.
feet.
I want to go back to the fun stuff because it's you don't want to talk about. It's
Oh.
very sad when people actually die and everything else, but it also happens. So this is my argument for why
It's a rare
Primeval
thing at
Whirl.
I wonder if it's haunted.
I mean, you probably.
it's
I mean, they
haunts
probably
me.
plan on opening it every day, and they can't
Right.
say good morning, George, because George is on a different ride.
George. He's on a different.
He's over at Pirates. He can't open all the
Oh,
attractions.
yeah, you could talk about 2 cast member deaths. The second I bring up Big Thunder, everyone wants to change this.
Yeah, because Big Thunder in California is so much better than our Big Thunder here.
It is,
I know.
but that doesn't take away what
It's so
happened.
much better.
I mean, you know.
I thought you were gonna pick Epcot forever.
Oh yeah, that is the
Attraction,
scariest.
Attraction.
That will be the first, yeah, an attraction. But anyway, there it is. And on top of that, if you ride it, it is terrifying. You're spinning with a 4-person vehicle. You probably have 1 other family member with you, and you're suction cupped against 2 strangers who are
Nick and I
sweating in
went
a
a
park.
together.
It's terrifying. You're gonna.
did.
You're gonna be sucked up against 2 other Europeans who are not used to this heat, and you're gonna be cheek to cheek with them.
They just want some shrooms of
Yeah.
Dunshire.
They smell like the shrooms of Dunshire.
Wow.
So there you go. I mean,
Wow.
do we even have to continue this segment?
No,
I guess
we'll
we
move
should.
on. We're moving on. Cameron, my boy.
Oh, I was hoping Nick was gonna go first because I might be changing mine.
You can't change it. I have them
submitted it.
recorded.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go for it then.
All right.
This surprisingly wasn't already chosen. I chose Journey into Imagination, the current one.
The current one.
Oh, because it goes. Sorry.
The Dr.
Imagine.
Nigel Channing's son is probably the.
You mean the moon?
Is it the moon? That's right.
He's on the moon. Have you been to Epcot? I heard he's on some sort of planet or thing.
To me, that's the only.
Very terrifying. I don't like. I also don't really like the black light portion of the ride,
The upside down.
which is
house?
also the ride. Yeah, the ride as a whole, I think, is a little bit creepy.
How about that train that's coming at you in the dark?
Well, that's fair.
Also terrifying.
Do you like the black light section of Winnie the Pooh?
It's the same kind of vibe of creepiness.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the Imagineers are on drugs.
Do you like the black
Yeah.
light section in this
They were on
studio?
those Shrooms and dirt.
Shrooms of whatever it's called.
The shrooms
we
of
have one of those.
Dunshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of overall creepy. There's a lot of fun parts. The
The walls explode.
the
Someone in
scent
the
part
chat-
is fun, but
Figment
and not scary.
farts on you.
Figment farts on you, which is not fun. It's
terrifying.
terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Do you still like? I think of the ride as like their revenge on fans. It was like, do you like Figment now? How about now? Now he tried to kill you with the train. Now he's farting on you. You're upside down. We blew up the
I thought that
wall.
upside down
Here's
toilet.
a scary movie.
We did
Do you
everything to
like
make
Figment
Yeah,
now?
exactly. We did everything to make you hate Figment, and you still buy his
We
merchandise.
changed the voice so he's more annoying. How about now? Here's a sleepy plush, sucker.
They're watching right now. They're like, that kid finally gets it. He doesn't like it.
First Country Bears, now he's on to us about Figment. Look out.
The very end is a little bit scary too, with the stars.
The dark room that suddenly
Yeah,
becomes,
and it just comes.
When
over.
that worked really well in the beginning, it was a really
looks great,
effective
it's just kinda-
scene. Now it just kind of flashes on. It's,
Yeah.
it's like someone turns the light switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nick.
Yeah. So originally, I wanted to pick Going to Jelly Rolls with Pete,
Well,
but Tom wouldn't
gotta
let
be
me
an
have
attraction.
that one. Yeah, Tom wouldn't let me have that one. So I went with Tough to Be a Bug.
ooh, good one.
My former niece and nephew
Yeah.
were terrified of that ride.
Same with mine. We had to walk out 30 seconds in. I couldn't
Yeah.
take my family.
No, because she did it once. And
Right?
was like never
It's
again.
scary for
If
kids.
you don't like bugs, I think it's the most brilliant thing.
Yeah.
I think it is a psychological thriller, that 3D show.
It's
I think
literally
if
our
you
part-
sit behind people who really freak out
Yeah.
about bugs,
Which is me.
it is the greatest theme park attraction.
It's Disney's version of Fear Factor. It is terrifying.
There's-
You know, I originally alluded to like Fantasyland. As a kid, like I was freaked out, but I didn't want to go on the Skyway. I didn't want to go in Haunted Mansion. I know that's like
Well, you're right
it's the
about
same
the
area
Skyway.
over
I
there.
didn't like the Skyway either.
Didn't want, Mr. Toad, and Snow White. I mean, it was all, but so that was like as a kid. But here, like, I really think it's Tough to Be a Bug. That has to be my choice because just seeing people freak out. I love going in there. It's one of those attractions that you love watching other people's reactions. But like in a different, like when I go in PhilharMagic, I like watching other people's reactions, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
But like this one is just in a it's kind of a fun way in a different way because everybody's just
Fun,
freaking
uncomfortable
out.
way.
And then the bugs under your seat is the best part
That's the
because
part
like people just start freaking out. It's
Yeah.
so great to see that for the first time. But really, the spiders dropping down from the ceiling, I think that's like the spookiest part. If you're really afraid of bugs and you're really afraid of things coming touching you in the dark and stuff like that. So
the butt thing really.
yeah, the
gets to
butt
people.
thing is great.
I
That's
mean
fun.
it feels real.
Andy's lost it.
Oh boy.
The butt thing is great.
The butt thing feels real.
Please stop.
Okay.
Please stop. Nick, do you have any more?
I think I'm good.
You're good? Okay, great. I almost picked the original Journey into Imagination because I know a lot of people were freaked out by the literature part, which was all scary. It was Figment's like trying to hold a book closed with a bunch of monsters coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's some real scary imagery in that part, and the music is dark and ominous, and there's all these like really beautifully drawn but real creepy 2D animated like monsters and stuff. It's really neat. I almost picked that, but then nobody had Dinosaur. I had to pick Dinosaurs. People freak out on Dinosaur.
It was on
A
my
lot
B
of
list.
people
I sent you
freak
my B
out on
list.
Dinosaur. Dinosaur, I think people like, especially when the Carnotaur's chasing you at the end, if everything works. You've seen this Carnotaur lunge at you, and now it's pitch black, and the sound system is great because it just sounds like every time you turn, it sounds like now you hear him like breathing on this side, and now you hear him breathing and making noises on this side, and it just sounds like he's right there until you make that turn, and then he's in front of you. I think that's really great. I mean, it's mostly dark. There's a lot of big, scary dinosaurs. Kids freak out. I've seen adults freak out on Dinosaur too. I don't know how you're afraid. We actually had someone who worked here who was an adult back in the day who was afraid of dinosaurs. She couldn't do dinosaur rides. Even though
she had a bad
extinct.
experience a few million years ago.
Yeah, right. That's what I said. I was like, they're not even real.
Let me tell you about the time.
And they don't
me and
resemble
that
like a real. Like I
brontosaurus.
understand like as a kid, my thing I was afraid of Chucky. Like I didn't like
yeah,
that.
I hate Chucky.
But I could understand that. I don't know, something about like dinosaurs. I just don't understand what's scary about a dinosaur.
I think that or I was gonna say like it's just kind of like a monster because you've never obviously
Like as a kid, I get it, but
You've
as an
never seen
adult,
it,
you know,
yeah.
like, oh, dinosaurs are gone and they existed all these years ago, and like.
And this is a ride at a theme park, and we're gonna be.
It is a
relatively
scary
safe.
ride. I mean, also too, like if you have motion sickness, like the way the ride vehicle moves,
does
it's a
rock
lot of
a lot.
up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
Like if you have a motion
Some people
sickness
hate
thing,
that more than roller coasters.
they
They'll
do.
go on roller
Lauren won't
coasters.
do Dinosaur.
Well.
She'll do Everest. She'll do Rock and Roller Coaster. She will not do Dinosaur.
Yeah. Okay. All
That's
right.
the ride you don't ride with other people, right?
What?
With Dinosaur, the one I ride alone, yeah, that's
You-
it.
oh, in the empty
all
carts.
of them, though.
All
of them,
I
that's
ride
right.
alone,
That was a good pick. Good pick.
We found out that he steams his shirts with bottled water.
yeah. Okay.
Wow. Is this true?
Spread the word, Twitter.
I brought this shirt today. I brought it because I figured, we have 2 Halloween shows. I have 2 Haunted Mansion shirts. I'll wear them in the next 2 shows. It wasn't, I hadn't had time to press it. I asked Colleen to steam it. We don't have a kitchen. We don't have running water in this office. So she had to.
Can we just say how we just glossed
Instead of
over? I asked Colleen to steam
Instead
it.
of.
We just glossed right over that, as if like that's a standard thing. Like I brought 2 Halloween
I was
shirts.
writing the show. I asked Colleen, could you steam the shirt?
I understand.
That's
Go on.
why I have an executive assistant.
I love it.
That's
No,
what
of course. That's what
about.
everyone
it's
dreams
an
of.
extra set of hands. So the bathroom is all the way down the hall, so she didn't want to walk down the hall, so she just opened a bottled water and poured it in the steamer.
I was gonna say like that got to be smart water on that shirt. It looks good.
No, it's not.
Fiji,
It's-
actually. Is it?
No,
Oh,
it's
Zephyr Hills,
garbage.
which is
It's
it's
Zephyr.
good. Zephyr Hills
I
is better
told
than
her
Smart
I don't
Water.
want Zephyr Hills.
Do you know that Zephyr Hills is better than Smart Water? You can
No,
look this
this
up.
is
Your best
junk.
bottled water. No,
Comes
it's-
from a
I
spring.
want
It
Aquafina
comes from
or
a spring.
Dasani.
No,
This
look
is
up
junk.
best bottled water. Zephyr Hills is better than.
Comes locally from a spring.
Can we go?
Can we also talk about how no one picked Haunted Mansion, like the haunted attraction at Walt Disney World?
Because
and
it's
no one
not
picked it?
scary anymore. It was scary in the 1960s. I don't think it's still
the
scary.
heartbeat is, I find scary.
Whose birthday is it now?
Colleen's. It's Colleen's
know-
birthday.
We're not done with the show yet. Okay.
All right, let's keep going. We got to vote on these things so everyone
Don't
can
you
yell.
have more shirts to steam? No?
I got 2 in my book
Get the
bag.
Fiji water out. We have
Somebody's
shirts.
birthday every
Fiji.
day.
All right. Now we have to rank these. I'm writing them down. We have to rank these 7 scary attractions now. What is the scariest attraction? All right, so we have Tower of Terror, Alien Encounter, Snow White, Scary Adventures, Primeval Whirl, Journey to Imagination, the current one, It's Tough to Be a Bug, and Dinosaur. What do we think is the
I think
least?
the least
Journey.
Primeval Whirl.
Primeval.
There's been actual deaths on the
I'm with
ride.
Pete.
That's not scary.
I'm with Pete.
Yeah, I'm with
Thank
Pete,
you. The
too.
Tom is actually with me.
What
This
about
has
the
to
guys
speak
at home?
wisely.
Guys at home.
No,
as far as
I'd say
13.
I'd say Journey at the end.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, you're off.
Oh,
Wait,
we
who's
just
saying
lost Rob.
Journey?
Rob said Journey.
So who else said Journey?
No, I'll put Journey at 7 only because
Okay, fine.
I could take my niece and nephew on it.
Who else wanted Journey? So we have 2 people that said Journey at 7.
Me.
3?
David.
That's
Yeah,
good, too.
I'm with Journey. I mean,
All right.
All right, bye.
Primeval Whirl is low for me as well, but I'll put Journey just under.
David,
I would
let's
say
just focus
Primeval
on
Whirl is
Journey
more
right
6.
All right, what do we think?
I'm trying to move this along,
Primeval
Pete.
Whirl for 6? I'm not on
I
board with
really
that.
had it pegged at 5.
Who wants Primeval Whirl?
What do you have at 6 then?
I do.
Me.
I'd argue that or Dinosaur.
I think Primeval Whirl.
Nah.
I think.
I would actually
Yeah, I
put
do too.
Primeval Whirl at 6, even though it's mine. It belongs at 6.
So
Do it.
2, 3.
Yeah, I'm good with
We're
that.
good. All right.
Because
Yeah.
the people at home, people at the parks don't know all the things that we know.
So Primeval Whirl is 6. All right, number 5.
Dinosaur.
I'm okay with that.
Dinosaur or Snow White?
No,
can
I
go
would
either
put
way.
I put Tough to Be a Bug. I don't know.
No,
No,
You know what?
no, Tough to Be a Bug.
Because that's scary for kids,
Yeah.
but for adults it's not that bad.
That's
David.
What? It's tough to be a bug?
Yeah, I mean,
No, I
Dinosaur.
see adults freak out
with
in
the
this stuff.
spiders.
But you see
Yeah.
adults freak out and kids on Dinosaur is what I'm saying.
No, it's tough
Yeah.
to be a bug is way worse.
Okay.
You always see people. I don't always see people freak out on Dinosaur. I always
Alright,
see
let's go
somebody
with Tough to Be
freak
a
out.
Bug.
at
I would actually put Snow White at 5 because I think
Yeah.
Dinosaur
I'd
is
be
just a
okay
great
with that.
combination
Alright, so we're
of
officially
the monster
vote Snow
scare
White
and the
here.
jump scare.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the next two no matter what. Is
So
Dinosaur,
Snow White 5.
Yeah.
We're okay with
Sounds
that.
good.
Yep. All right, Snow White.
I just can't believe Primeval Whirl actually made it to 6. I really came in as a joke.
I agree with it. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, you gave
All right,
good
so
argument.
number 4. Do we want Dinosaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. 4 is Dinosaur.
Can
Okay.
we talk about our top 3 now?
So what's left is Tower of Terror, Alien Encounter, and It's Tough to Be a Bug.
I
Tough
think
to be a
Alien,
bug.
Alien or Tough for the next 2.
I'd
Whoa.
go Tower here.
Tower.
No, I think Tower's the
No.
number
More
one.
people
Tower
would
has
do
the
Tower
drop.
than either of those other ones.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
Disagree.
A lot of
I
people
also
don't like
disagree.
Strong
that.
disagree.
Who's going Tower? I'm going Tower.
I'm going
me.
Tower.
No.
Cameron?
Nope.
No.
Tough to be a bug.
The
No.
guys at home?
Either one of the other two over
Yeah.
Tower.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'd say Tower.
But we only have 3
Three
for
Tower.
Tower.
No.
We can't do it.
No.
What do you guys want for 3 then?
Any of the other two. Either
You
one.
have to make a fight. For
I would
something.
say. I would
Tough to
say.
Be a Bug, Tower of Terror, and what?
And
Alien Encounter?
Alien Encounter.
I would say in this
Tough to
case
Be a
then
Bug.
Tough to Be a Bug. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3 right there. Anyone else for Tough to Be a Bug in the 3 hole? It's an expression, and
So
this
it's
is a
3,
family
3,
show.
and 1. That's
Dave,
how this
what's
is
David
So
say?
no one.
I don't know.
David, what'd you
disappear.
pick?
I don't know. I guess I'll go with Pete on this one. I guess I'll go with Tough to Be a Bug. Although I,
So
Be
is Bug
Bug?
then?
Yeah.
Having David on my
Yeah.
side, I feel like
People
I
in
can
the
do
chat are
anything.
saying that Tower is the only thing that they won't ride.
Yeah, Tower is
Yeah.
terrifying for so many people. People
Yeah,
like
because of
grown
the
men that I
drop,
brought to
yeah.
the parks will not go on it because it's creepy to begin with, let alone the actual
drop.
up and down drop. Like
Yeah.
even before the drop, people are terrified.
I want Tower at 2.
I want Tower at 1.
Alien Encounter at 2.
Alien Counter at 2.
No,
as well.
no. Alien Encounter at
Alien
1.
Encounter
I
was,
mean,
like, legit.
Tower
no.
at
Look,
2.
I got a great thing for you. So, like, the topic was the top 7 scariest, and Nick went, "What am I going to wear for the top 7 scariest show? I'm going to wear my XS Tech shirt because it's the scariest." Boom.
That's the good point.
There you go.
All
There
right,
you
so
go.
right now we're at 3 and 3. It's down to David.
David.
Oh, okay. I got another one for you, Pete. Tyra Banks is in this one.
All right, that's the reason
That's
it's not
scary.
scary.
She was so bad.
No,
at
that's
acting,
she
scary.
puts
they had
me
to
at
make her so
ease.
I would
bad.
put Alien Encounter and
No,
then Tower.
that's scary.
That's what I'm saying. Same with me. So
Yeah.
it's me, you, and Cameron versus, the old guys.
The guys who saw Alien Encounter, you're damn right.
Nah.
David
It's
knows
down to
the
David.
future.
David is the deciding vote on what's 1 and 2.
Oh.
so I am going to go for. Wait, did you have a comment?
No.
I do have a
Do it,
comment.
do
I got to
it.
go back to this
Follow
because
your heart.
Pete
Think
is
about
like
it.
far.
Don't
Wait,
just
Pete,
do
you're
it.
fighting
Let the
hard.
man
Can't hear
Did,
him.
did you ever do Alien Encounter, Pete?
Rob,
Oh,
Did-
it's
did
not
you?
there.
what?
Did you?
No,
Did
I'm
you
just
ever write
letting
Alien
let
Encounter?
David do it.
Bondage!
Let David do it.
There you go.
David's done it. It's
I'm
not
just
about me
saying.
anymore. It's about David.
Do you know the movie
Okay.
Alien Encounter is based on?
I'm assuming about an encounter with, Matt Damon.
Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, right? That's what it's based on.
David.
David,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So,
Drive us home.
so my choice is that the number 1 spot in my mind should go to Alien Encounter because
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
a longer
You don't have to
sustained
tell us.
terror that you go through where you're locked in without any chance of escape.
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't move.
Yes.
Like you don't.
Didn't matter. It sounded like you were locked in place
No.
and something was being eaten behind you. A person
And
was
blood.
I happen to
falling
love
down?
eating. This ride wouldn't scare me at all.
I mean, it is
People
scary.
freaked out. You got to remember. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
when Alien Encounter opened, no one had ever heard that binaural audio. That had never been a thing the public
Yeah,
had
I
done
remember
before.
everybody looking
And so
around.
people, you
Yeah.
didn't know how they
Yeah.
were doing it. It just sounded like the thing was behind your head, and then like the tongue thing happened. You're like, oh my god!
Listen, it's a
I'm
majority
going to
vote.
be eaten.
It sounds like you're right because you won the number 1 spot. I am okay with
All right,
accepting
so
the popular
final
vote.
The final countdown is number 7.
7.
Yes, 7. Journey into Imagination with Figment.
Boo.
Number 6, Primeval Whirl. Number 5, Snow White's Scary Adventures. Number 4, Dinosaur, or A Countdown to Extinction. Number 3, It's Tough to Be a Bug. Number 2, The Twilight Zone, X-Files, Tower of Terror.
That's what I'm talking about.
Number 1, The Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter.
Well done.
And now Colleen can have
Justice
her birthday
served.
cake. Happy birthday. Do you want it on camera? Do you want to come on camera
Happy
and have your
birthday
cake?
to you.
Happy birthday, dear Colleen. Thanks for steaming my shirt. Happy birthday to you. If she's behind the candy, you
only
can't
partially
see it.
Now make a wish. I wish Tom would take a vacation.
I take a vacation. I'm going to Japan. You love
Oh,
it.
shocker.
All right. And remember, kids, one stormy night long ago, 5 passengers stepped aboard an elevator and into a nightmare. Good night.